Hola, how we doing, my darlings? It is video lesson 19 for statistics. We are rapidly approaching the end of the year here, so I want to talk to you guys really quick about where we're at, where we're going. We are finishing up binomial expansion theorem. It is the very last topic in your curriculum. We just did sigma, so in video lesson 18, I asked you guys to give me a graded activity, which was 10 questions, and just to submit them. It's going to count for fourth quarter for video lesson 18. So the homework for video lesson 18 is counting as a quiz grade. So we are going to do binomial expansion theorem probably this week and next week. And then the last week I might do something outside the box. Just so you know, for this week, it's a shortened week. I didn't announce it. I figured you guys would realize it's Memorial Day this Monday, so that everything's closed. It's a national holiday, even though everything's been closed anyway. So today we had off. It's officially Memorial Day here at the Sakaro house. So happy Memorial Day weekend. So normally I would post my work Monday, and you guys would have, well, I post Sunday night, and you guys have till Tuesday to watch the video, and then assignments due Wednesday. And then I post Tuesday night, and you have till Thursday to watch a video and Friday to do the assignment. So in fairness, because there was no school today, I gave everybody the long weekend. You will have till Thursday to watch video lesson 19 and until Friday to do the homework. So we're just gonna have one video and one assignment this week because it's a shortened week. Next week, we will go back to 2 more assignments and we will be done. And then, like I said, your last assignment is gonna be something outside the box. I haven't quite decided what yet. All right, so you're going to have a homework assignment on this handout here. I haven't quite decided what we're gonna do yet. I'll probably do like 2, 2, and 2. So it looks like this. It says CUDA software on top, binomial theorem. So you would have like, probably for homework, I'm gonna do 1 and 2, 9 and 10, and 15 and 16. All right, so I won't make that official yet, but I will give you 6 problems. 1 and 2, 9 and 10, 15 and 16. You know what, we'll make it official. Let's write it. Okay, so we're gonna write homework. For video lesson 19. And we're gonna do binomial theorem. I'm gonna put THM for theorem. And its numbers, I'd like you to do 1 and 2, 9 and 10, 1 and 2, 9 and 10, and then 15 and 16. All right, so let's talk about the new stuff. I'm gonna work backwards. By that I mean, in your homework, I'm gonna start out doing problems like 15 and 16, and then I'll show you problems like 9 and 10 and 1 and 2. So I'm gonna kind of go from the bottom up from the way your handout is designed. Okay, so binomial theorem. The binomial theorem is kind of silly and interesting all at once. It seems really, 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 really complicated. But I'm going to be honest with you. Never fear, Mr. Caro is here. I got mad tricks, show. And there's a very easy way to do it without having to overthink it. In other words, usually teachers give you this really complicated formula. I'm going to be straight with you guys because you know I always am. And it's super complicated. It's like with N's and C's and P's and Q's and R's. It's like C N to the Q minus R times P to the R minus 1, and then it like plus, and you keep going. And it like counts down with one of them and counts up with the other. I go by patterns because I feel like it's so much easier for you guys. Screw the formula. It's way too complicated. It's full of a whole bunch of letters. Like, how many letters could you put in one goddamn formula? Let me tell you something. In the binomial theorem, I think they figured out how to put all 26 letters in there. Trust me. So we're just going to forego the formula, and I'm going to show you the pattern. Okay? So the question will say, expand completely. If they want you to expand it completely, hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get wild. Okay? So if it says expand completely, and I'm going to give you an example here. Okay? So example number 1, expand completely. Let's do 2, let's start slow. Let's do x plus 2 to the 4th power. And I want to expand that completely. Now, if I wanted to, I could do x plus 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 2. But who the hell wants to do that? It's so much goddamn work. You got to double distribute, combine your like terms. Then you take that 3 new terms and multiply it by the third set of parentheses. So now you're distributing 6 times combining your like terms. Then you're going to take that answer and multiply it by the last set of parentheses. And you're going to distribute 8 times, I believe, and combine your like terms. It takes forever, and there's a lot of room for mistakes. So that's why they came up with the binomial theorem. The binomial theorem simplifies that process, okay? So you have to understand 3 things here. Who's your first term? Who's your second term? And it's all about the exponents, baby. It's all about the exponents, baby. Normally when I teach this in class, by the way, I have in the background that song, It's All About the Benjamins, baby. Anybody old school in here? It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Who sings that song, Jimmy? Do you remember?
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy? See, if my husband knows that and he doesn't even know rap and I don't, that's how sad I am. I don't know who sings anything, but I can tell you what the song is. Okay, so it's all about the exponents, baby. So you start with the exponent. Start right there. The exponent is 4 here, okay? Okay, first term starts with the exponent 4. My first term is just 1x. So I start out going x to the 4th. See, x to the 4th. I'm gonna leave some room here and put plus. And then I count down all the way to 0. X cubed plus x squared plus x to the 1st plus all the way down to 0. So the first term goes with, it's all about the exponents, baby. You start with the 4 and you count down. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, that's the first term. First is the worst. First term goes with the exponent. Now, I'm going to pick up where I left off here at the end. So x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x squared, x1, x0. So now I stay here. Who's my second term? It's a 2. So I go 2 to the 4th. And I count down the opposite way. 2 to the 4th, 2 to the 3rd, 2 squared, 2 to the 1st, and you end with 0. So one more time, what did I just do? Because it looks like hieroglyphics. First term, exponent, x to the 4th, cubed, squared, 1, 0. While I'm here, do the second term. 2 to the 4th, count down. 3, 2, 1, 0. Where's the baby, by the way? In the room with her?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm going to simplify this. Anything raised to the 0 power, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. You guys always say the same thing. It's 0. No, it's not. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. 2 to the 0, 1. 10 to the 0, 1. 1 with 5,000 zeros after it to the 0. Guess what? 1. X to the 0, 1. Okay, anyway. So 2 to the 0 is just 1. Plus, we have an x cubed. 2 to the 1st is just 2. Plus, we have an x squared. 2 squared is 4. Plus, we have an x to the 1st is just x. 2 cubed is 8. 2 to the 3rd. Plus, anything raised to the 0 is 1. And 2 to the 4th is 16. Now, 2 cubed and 2 to the 4th. Here's 2 cubed, 2 to the 3rd. Here's 2 to the 4th. Okay, and that's 16. All right, so now our numbers always go in front of our letters. So last step is clean it up. 1 times anything is itself. We have a 2x cubed. We have a 4x squared, an 8x, and then just a 16. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Now, if I said to you, what's the third term? It'll say find the third term in the expansion. If it says find the third term in the expansion, x plus 2 to the 4th. Okay, I have to do it all out the way I did it, and then I count the third term. 1, 2, 3. So the third term is this whole goddamn thing, 4x squared. If I say find the first term in the expansion, the first term is x to the 4th. If I say find the 5th term in the expansion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 16 is the 5th term. If I say what's the coefficient of x cubed in the expansion? X plus 2 to the 4th. So I want the coefficient. That means they just want the number in front of the x cubed variable when I expand this mofo out. So when I expanded it out, look here, find the x cubed. There it is right there. Who's the number out in front? It's a 2. Okay? And these are the different types of questions they'll ask you on the homework from the bottom up. Expand everything. Tell me what a term is. Tell me what a coefficient is. This is like questions 1 and 2. This is like questions 9 and 10 on the homework. These are like questions 15 and 16. Either way, you got to expand the whole thing to answer those questions. Okay? My husband's very angry at the ice cream man. Did you hear him just curse? I'm sorry for that, by the way. He just smiled and walked away. He's like a bad kid at school. Okay, so let's try another one. You ready? Expand completely. So example 4. We're going to expand completely. All right, let's expand. I'm going to kick it up a notch. 3m minus 1 to the 3rd power. 3m minus 1 to the 3rd power. So you ready? It's all about the exponents, baby. It's all about the exponents, baby. What's the exponent? It's a 3, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Who's my first term? First is the worst. 3m. Both of them. The entire thing. Who's the second term? Keep the sign with it. -1. Got to watch the signs, and you got to watch when there's more than one. So let's start expanding. First term starts with the exponent. So because there's more than one thing, I'm going to put parentheses around it. So 3m to the 3rd. Leave space. 3m, count down, squared. Leave space. 3m, count down. So 3, 2, 1. Leave space. 3m, you count all the way down to 0. 3m cubed, 3m squared, 3m to the 1st, 3m to the 0. Now I pick up where I left off with the second term, which is -1. Because it's a negative, I'm going to put it in parentheses. That -1 gets the exponent again, the 3. And I count down going in the opposite way. -1 squared, -1 to the 1st, -1 to the 0. So again, first term gets the exponent. First is the worst. 3m cubed, 3m squared, 3m to the 1st, 3m to the 0. Pick up where you left off. -1 to the 3rd, -1 squared, -1 to the 1st, -1, 0. So now I just got to simplify this disgusting mess. Simplifying when you have a coefficient and a variable is a little complicated because you have to remember it's 3 cubed, m cubed. Both of these guys, you distribute the 3 to them. Okay? So when you distribute it, you multiply. So 3 to the 3rd, m to the 3rd. 3 to the 3rd is 27, m cubed. Anything raised to the 0 power is what, guys? 1. All right, same thing here. This is 3 squared, m squared. Because you distribute the exponents, multiplying them. So we have 9m squared. Now, -1 to the 1, if you're not sure, use the calculator. It's just -1. Plus, 3m to the 1st is just 3m. 3 to the 1st, m to the 1st. -1 squared, if you're not sure, keep that -1 in parentheses. It's 1. Because -1 times -1 is +1. Anything raised to the 0 power, 3 to the 0, m to the 0. It's just 1 times 1, which is just 1. -1 cubed is -1 times -1 times -1, which ends up being -1. I think they're fighting, by the way.
Never.
Cue Ophelia to rat out her sister.
What happened?
Okay, 1 times anything is itself, so it's just 27m cubed. Positive 9 times negative 1 is negative 9m squared. 1 times anything is itself, it's a positive 3m. And 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. All right, so remember there's different ways to ask this question. I could say expand completely, or I could say, what's the second term in the expansion 3m minus 1 cubed? So once I get the answer, I have to expand it all out anyway to answer this type of question. I still have to do this work. I take it one step further, count the second term, 1, 2. So my second term is negative 9m squared. Or I can ask you the question, what's the coefficient of m in the expansion, sorry, that's a plane flying over because my window's open, of 3m minus 1 cubed. Coefficient just means they want the number in front of m. So I look at the m term, there it is right there. Who's the number out in front? A positive 3. Okay, we ready to try one more? Let's try one more and we'll seal the deal. Sound good?
Put your new shoes on. Come this way.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more that's a little more complicated like this one. So, expand completely. We're gonna expand.
Yeah, I'll put on some music just for you.
Let's do x minus 2y, and we'll put it to the 5th power. Let's get jiggy with it. No. All right, you ready? So it's all about the exponents, baby. All right, so what's the exponent? It's a 5. My first term is just positive x. My second term is negative 2y. You got to keep the negative with the second term. Okay, so first is the worst. Start with the first term. It's married to the exponent and count down to 1. You ready? X to the 5th,
Help me out here, Opie.
x to the 4th, x cubed, x squared, x to the
She
1st,
pooped.
x to the 0.
You gotta change your diaper.
All right, if you give me 2 minutes, I can help you. Okay?
Put
No,
this
I
on.
want to go outside.
I know, so do I. We gotta do this first.
I want to go outside.
All right, now, so you count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now the second term is negative 2y,
Are we putting her
sorry.
in water on this one?
negative 2y
Take this
to the
off.
5th, negative 2y to the 4th,
Hold on, Rocks.
negative 2y cubed,
Sit right here.
negative 2y squared, negative 2y to the 1st, and this is just negative 2y to the 0. All right, let's simplify this. X to the 5th is just x to the 5th. Anything to the 0, this is negative 2 to the 0, y to the 0 is just 1. Then we have plus x to the 4th. This is negative 2 to the 1 and y to the 1, which is just negative 2y.
No, come on.
This is
Yeah, they changed. Hurry up.
negative 2 squared, y squared. Negative 2 squared is positive 4, y squared. I'll be right there, Jim. Just give me 1 second. All right, bring the x squared down. Negative 2 cubed, y cubed is going to be negative 8, y cubed. Bring the x to the 1st down. This is negative 2 to the 4th, y to the 4th. They both get it. This is positive 16, y to the 4th. Anything raised to the 0 is just 1. And then it's negative 2 to the 5th, y to the 5th, which is negative 32, y to the 5th. All right, so let's do it. X to the 5th minus, put the number out in front, 2, x to the 4th, y. You see? Minus 2, x to the 4th, y. Plus 4, the number goes out in front, x cubed, y squared. plus, I'm sorry, it's a minus because it's a minus 8. Minus 8 x squared y cubed plus 16 x y to the 4th. This is a minus 32 y to the 5th. So what is the 5th term in this expansion? 5th term, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 16xy to the 4th. What is the coefficient of x squared y cubed? X squared y cubed, the coefficient is negative 8. Okay, so again, your homework is on the handout that I posted. It looks like this. I would like you to do the first 2 in each set, 1 and 2, 9 and 10, 15 and 16. All right, my darlings, enjoy your week and we'll be in touch. Take care. Brush your goddamn hair.